Hey guys, so kind of just want to do a little video to announce something. It's nothing major or nothing big, but it's just to say I'm going to take a small break. So the next 3 weeks I'm going to have a rest because there are several things we need to do. And one of those things is charitable cooperation. I think that's how you say it. Needs to be set up in England for what we're doing here. So I need to go to the UK to do that within the next 3 weeks. But also on the other side of things, I'm kind of worn out. I've been sick now for on and off for the last year. I've been sick actually, but the last 2 or 3 weeks I just keep getting sick repetitively. Today I'm getting a bad throat and a headache again. And I know it's just small things, small viruses and stuff, but I'm just not resting. I'm not able to rest. It's just non-stop. And I'm not going to like quit YouTube or anything because, you know, as you know, I've got responsibilities here, but just for the next few weeks, I'm probably only going to do like a video a week or every 2 weeks, or 2 a week or something like that. Just while I recuperate from what's gone on in the last 12 months. Because there's been so much gone on. You know, if I go back from where I am right now, 12 months, then here in Featherstale, there was only one house, the kitchen, Dominic and I, and a few rescue dogs. I think we had like 15 dogs. Dominic, I, and Roger the dog handler. So, and we had day staff, and Tom was working as a social worker for the children out in the fund, who were totaled around about 150 this time last year. 1 year later, and Featherstale now has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 houses. It now has over 20 children living here. It has chronically sick and ill persons living here who we are desperately trying to recover the health of, but it's an ongoing battle. There's not many tools left that we can use to help them, other than trying to make them comfortable. We now have 45 rescue dogs. And finally we have nice kennels, because we built nice kennels as well. We have a farm now, which we never had before. I have now, this time last year we never had this either. We have now a vocational training centre. We didn't have that a year ago, where we train children and educate them on how to use a sewing machine and be a seamstress or a tailor. We also manufacture the washable sanitary pads, something I wasn't doing a year ago, using that vocational training centre. We also have a solar library, which needs some fine tuning because the parents need educating. It worked for a while, but then the parents pulled the children out on an evening to go and work in the fields or to do whatever it was they could do to earn some extra money. I kind of understand, but still very frustrating. But we have a solar powered library, which we never had this time last year. We now support over 500 children in and around the area. We support elderly, which I don't keep a database of. Certainly we have a file on them, but I don't know the figures like I see the children's figures. But I've lost count. Oh, sorry. Nice little treat. I lost count how many elderly persons we are supporting out in the community. We also support the disabled out in the community as well now. Again, how many I don't know. It's like around about, for the elderly, I think our feeding program's got close to somewhere between 50 and 100 people in it at the moment who completely rely on us for food. Others get food sporadically depending on how they're coping with getting on their feet. All in all, we do a lot, and it's all happened in the last year, and it's took its toll on me a little bit because I just need some time to get back in the centre of myself and to rest and just to recover a little bit from it all and to let my mind catch up with everything that's happening. Of course, I have the Centre for Street Children as well now, who as of yesterday now has 11 residents in just a few days over 2 weeks. 11 boys now have a home in town who were otherwise sleeping out in the cold and the wet because it's rainy season here. Several of which we have undoubtedly saved their lives because they had HIV and never knew. So a lot has happened, shall we say. And I've got no one else to thank for that other than the help I get from God and His angels for bringing me here and for answering my prayers, and for you guys who are users to answer the prayers that I put out there. It's been an amazing year. It's been the most unbelievable year for a human being to be in the centre of. When your every want and intention from your heart manifests in front of you, and the people that you love and have worried about get what they require. They get the resources you know from being in the West are available, are just not here for them, so they suffer without reason. And to see those things manifest time after time in front of you, it's a wonderful, wonderful and blessed journey to be on. But it's also very tiring because I'm now a father to nearly 30 children, and they all come to me independently for things. Even though we say go to the staff and they'll help you, they still come to Baba. I'm now the director of an NGO which is employing more than nearly 30 people, which is like a small institution in the West, you know. I have the YouTube channel and the social media to keep up with, and all of that online fundraising all directly comes through my laptop, which is going to have to change because I can't keep up with it. And some people get frustrated because I don't reply to their emails, but I just, oh gosh, there's a lot of flies there. I just can't keep up. So I am many things here at the moment, and I'm in charge of it all. Animal rescue and children's home, children's village, 500 kids out in the community, the schools coming to us for help constantly. Dealing with the government and social welfare. Just takes a lot of energy. And you can't actually find time to be where you need to be. I can't find time to get in the middle of myself and rest properly. Just as you settle down, you cringe at the shout outside. The word Odi means like knock, like I'm present outside your house, and you hear it, Odi, Odi, and you cringe and you just go, oh God, not again. And it's always something, you know, and it's important every time, but you just can't be bothered with it. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is, just for the next 3 weeks, I suspect my YouTube videos will be a little sporadic while I recover from this persistent sickness, while I visit a sports injury specialist because I have injured my knee and it's been ongoing now since January. And also whilst we sort out this charitable cooperation registration in the UK, and whilst of course we get to see our families as well for a short while and just take a breather and come back fully charged for what the year has ahead of us, because considering what's gone on in the last year, I've got no idea what can possibly go on in the year ahead. Who knows? My staff say that I'm going to build a hospital so everyone gets the medical care they need here for free, But I said, well, I don't know how we're supposed to pay for that free medical care. There's a limit to the YouTube. Well, I don't know actually, because I spotted the other day a video of a child unboxing toys. Apparently he's making like $1 million a month in ad revenue. I said, wow, if a channel goes viral, you can solve medical care for a great many people here for sure. But I mean, not everybody, of course. Anyway, who knows what the year ahead will hold. I know the school's wanting us to build classrooms because we've put so many children in the school that now some are waiting outside for the classrooms to be free, which is a victory on our behalf because it's children that are not sitting in the quarries. There's a quarry that way. They're not sitting in the quarries out there. But also means that now there's other things to think of. We've made the attendance so good at the schools that they need classrooms. So there's a lot to go on. There's a lot happening. Oh, of course, the permaculture project on top of all that, and the food forest, which we need to do. It needs to happen, because if I drop down dead tomorrow, I know I've got Fritzy now, and Fritzy helps in all I do, but it's too much for a person to do. It's even too much for Fritzy and I to share at the moment. But I fear what would happen if something happened to me tomorrow, because not everyone in my team seems to have the ability to commune with God as readily as I do. Or perhaps they're just not used to doing it, I guess is a way of putting it. So, I have a bad habit of looking at the screen and not the camera. Anyway, I've probably rambled on enough, because what all I'm trying to say is I shall be a little sporadic in my videos over the coming weeks. Of updates certainly here, because I won't be here for much of that time. But also just because I need to rest. And then when I come back, I'll be able to share all I want to share with full energy, including my musings, which have been very few of late. So, okay. So, I'm going to get off and get sorted out and go see our newborn pups. These two sisters are anxiously waiting for their surrogate mother. Okay. So, much love, guys, and I'll be back to normal in a couple of weeks. But for now, I'm just going to take a small breather and gather myself for whatever it is that this year might have ahead of me. Because I couldn't have guessed what's happened for the year that's just behind me now. Okay, bye guys.